It happened on the morning of November 16th, 2013.
Beginning of February, I had a real back pain in my back shoulder. I thought it was just a knot.
A local guy who lived in the nearby town was trespassing on the property. He was hunting. He mistook me for a deer, and he shot me.
15 years ago, I was diagnosed with digital papillary adenocarcinoma, which is a very rare form of cancer that's located in your hand.
It wasn't until March 11th that I was officially diagnosed with liposarcoma stage 4.
At the time, the leading prognosis for this was amputation at the shoulder.
There was this puddle of blood that I was sitting in, and I was just mesmerized by it. Being a minute from death is the kind of thing that really, really gets your attention. I really attribute the fact that I still have my leg to the fact that my wife found Dr. Wilkins and that Dr. Wilkins took charge of the situation and managed to save my leg.
I had the great opportunity to talk to Dr. Wilkins and his team, and they chose an alternative method and amputated my finger.
Dr. Kelly, Rhonda, her assistant, were great as far as providing that emotional support. I am in the best hands, most definitely.
I've been cancer-free for 15 years, and I'd like to thank Dr. Wilkins.
Well, I get emotional about it because as physicians and as the people that take care of these patients, you have to look at everything and make them whole again.
It's an exciting time to be involved with the Limb Preservation Foundation.
Left lateral and ventral dorsal.
The research that they're utilizing is cutting edge. The lives and limbs that they're saving and preserving is absolutely precious.
All right, we'll take good care of you.
The model of the Limb Preservation Foundation is unique. It's a partnership not only of the intimate people involved, which are the healthcare professionals and the foundation itself and the hospital, Presbyterian St. Luke's Hospital, but it's also a partnership with other organizations that are interested in what we do and achieving our goals.
We see 6,000 appointments a year for pets with cancer. It's a very busy clinic, the busiest in the United States, so it's fertile ground for doing meaningful research.
Kids basically get the same bone cancer that dogs do, so that much of the collaborative research we've done with CSU and the Animal Cancer Center helps both species.
University chairs are a unique way to fund faculty. You can be good with university funds, you can be great with philanthropy and expanded funding.
One of our huge objectives over the last few years has been to fund a full-time research chair at the Animal Cancer Center at CSU, and by the end of this year that will have been accomplished, and we're very, very excited about that.
It's the Ross M. Wilkins Limb Preservation Musculoskeletal Biology and Oncology Chair.
It was important to my father and I to make the final gift for the chair at CSU Flint Animal Cancer Research Center because that particular element to us not only was the raising of the funds a very long journey, but the science that's involved.
To my knowledge, that's the only chair ever funded in any place in this country or elsewhere where that person will be devoted to this whole limb preservation situation and researching specific problems, not only with cancer but infection.
This gives the musculoskeletal team here at CSU, with Ross's input and his crew, gives us tremendous flexibility to react quickly to opportunity.
And that'll be a full-time, forever position, so that's very exciting.
We've only just begun.
We've only just begun.
We've only just begun.
It is just the beginning because we have an influence here regionally, a huge influence, but we also have a national and international influence, and we'd like to expand that.
One of the unique things about Dr. Wilkins and Limb Preservation is they have a network of orthopedic surgeons all over the country. And every Thursday morning they have a big video conference, and one of the surgeons will profile one of their patients.
It's his native bone that looks like it's disappearing.
You get tapped into a huge amount of brain power and a huge amount of experience.
Biomechanically, I mean, it's a very unstable construct.
Dr. Wilkins told me that the consensus view was that they weren't going to be able to save my leg.
It has tremendously touched my life, both emotionally, financially. If it wasn't for the foundation, I don't know what I would have done financially.
Patient care, research, education, those are all things that we're intimately involved with.
when I got diagnosed with cancer, I told myself, cancer is not going to define who I am. It's just a word, it's not a sentence.
Come on, Tank! I would really like to ask others to please consider supporting the Limb Preservation Foundation.
That is really, really important. And it is such a worthwhile cause. And I've been there. I've been there. I've been right on the edge. And I can just tell you that it's really important. And it is a really big deal.
My hope for the future is to keep on fighting. I know there's not a cure for cancer, but it's just to keep on fighting, and if they give that hope to current cancer patients who are getting diagnosed, to never give up the fight.
I'm sort of a part of the limb preservation family, having gone through the experience that I have. And so you can bet that I'll be a supporter, for the rest of my life anyway.